Good evening, all. Welcome to day 17 of our 30 days of code. And in today's session, we'll be building a to-do app that allows you to add tags to a list and also remove tags from the list of items. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So I'll be navigating to the folder of our 30 days challenge. Thank you. So I'm in the folder now. So let me create a new folder for today. That will be day 17. So on this day 17, let me create a file, index.html. Good. Okay. So let's create the framework of the to-do app first. So to create the framework, I'll be creating a div because I want everything to be in a div. So the heading of our to-do app, great, that's nice. So let's allow the user to input whatever they want into the to-do app. That will be an input type of text. So let the ID should be task input. Task input. So let's give it a placeholder of next task. Placeholder of next task. Very good. That came out. That came out nice. So let's add the button to it. So let's have a button of add. So let's move this add to the next line. So we're using our break elements. Good. So we have the framework now. So whatever it is that we add to the to-do app, the list of items should reflect below here. So let's create another list for that. Another list. And let's give this an ID of task list. Task list. So now we have our heading, we have the input where the user is going to input the list of tasks. We have our add button, and then okay, so let's add functionality to this first using JavaScript. Then after adding the functionality, we go to the styling using CSS. So the first thing I want to do is I want to declare this ID, the tax list. So let's display the variable of tax list. That will be const tax list. So that will be const is equals to document dot get element by ID, the tax list. Wait. So after this, let's create a function of add task. Function of add task. So the first one to declare in this function is the input. That becomes task input. So that should be document. So we've declared the input. So after declaring the input, let's declare another variable. Let's call this task text. Task text. So the task text should be equal to task input dot value dot string. Task input dot value dot string. So what this does in essence is that it removes excess spacing from the task input. So should in case the user did not actually input anything into the task into the box, but instead just click on tags. If there is no tags here and the add button is clicked, so this will remove all the excess spacing from it. So if you don't have anything, or if you don't have any specific tags, then we should stop the application from running. So to do that, we are going to have if there is no task, that is if there's nothing in the task text, then it should return. So returning will stop the application from running. So if there's no task, then there's no need to add anything to our list. So we don't want to add empty spaces to it. So that's that for that. So after this, let's declare some new variables. We're going to have const li. So where are the tasks going to be? They're going to align here under the unordered list. So they are going to form a list under the unordered list. So this list is what we represent as our li. So it's going to be documents dot create elements, and the element we are creating is what is the li. Documents dot create element li. So after creating the element li, the li dot text contents, that is the contents of the list, should be equivalent to the task text. So the content of the list should be equivalent to the task text. That means it is anything that we have in the task text, that is what we want to display in our list. So after this, let's have some functions. So whenever we click on if you click on any of the lists, on any of the tags in the list, dot on click, we want to create a function whereby you can easily delete the tags. Maybe you are done with the tags, then you can just delete it by clicking on it. And after clicking on it, you want to save the rest of the tags. So that will be li dot on click. That should give us an arrow function. of li dot remove. After this, we are going to save task. Great. Great. So after saving the rest of the tasks, we want to append the tasks to our task list here. So that's will be task list dot append child li. So after saving the list, we want to append it to the task list. Then after appending it to the task list, we want to empty our task input. So the task input, we want to make it empty. So that will be task input dot value. Task input dot value should be equal to empty string. So this will help us to empty the task input. So after doing that, we want to save the task. So that will be save tasks. Save tasks. Yes. So we are done with that. So where do we save it? So let's create another function for our save tasks now. So now we are going to have function save tasks. Great. So function save task. So we'll be making use of our local storage. So that will be local storage dot set item. Local storage dot set item. Then open brackets. Then we're going to have our task. Then we are going to have task list. Task list dot inner HTML. Great. So that's what we are going to save it. So we are going to save the list of tags under our local storage using the task list.html. So after this, we want to be able to load the task. So in order to load the task, we are going to have function load task. That will be task list dot inner HTML is equal to local storage dot get item. Then open the bracket. We're going to have task. But if there is no task, return empty. Then let's call on the function of load task. Great. Wow. So let's test this. I'm going to write on today. If I click on add. Oh, if I click on add, nothing is happening. That's because in our HTML, the add button, we have not added the functionality to it yet. So now I'm going to, in the button, you're going to have on click should be equal to, then let's call on the function add task. So what this means is that anytime you click on the add button, it should call on this function of add task. So let's do that again. I'm going to have today and I click on add. Okay, let me go back to the today. Tax text is not defined. That's- Okay, okay. Let's see. That's number 24. Okay. Oh, tax text. Tax text. Very good. So it's working now. So if I click on tomorrow, if I type on tomorrow as my task and I click on add, we have tomorrow. So let me add another task. Let me have read a book. Very good. And I click on add, it's working. And what if I want to remove it? Let's say I want to remove today. All I have to do is just click on it to remove. So if I click on this read a book task, it's going to what? It's going to remove. If I click on tomorrow, it's going to remove. Then I can add another one. Let's say another one. Another one. I click on add, we have it. Once I click on it, so with this we can add a task and we can also remove a task just by typing it in, adding it, or by clicking it to what to remove it. So this is good. So let's tie this up a little bit. Let's add some little bit of styling to it in order to make it more attractive using the CSS. So I'm going to go over to the heading. Let me change the document's name to do app. Good. So now, so under the styling elements, let me start with the body. Let's start with the body. So the body should have a display of flex. Display of flex. Justify content center. Align items. So now to bring it to the center vertically, you're going to have align items center. Then the height should be the full screen, that is 100 VH. Great. This is nice. 100 what? 100 VH. So now let's move on to the div. So text aligns for the div should be center. Center. For the unordered list, the list style should be none. So with this, we are going to remove the dots beside the text. So the list style should be what? Should be none. Good, great. That's working just fine. So for the inputs, let's give it a padding of 0.5 RAM. Padding of 0.5 RAM. Let's give it a width of 200 pixels. Okay, that looks great. So for the button, let's give the button some margin. Let's see what one REM looks like. Good. One REM. Let's give it a padding of 0.5 REM. Wait. Very good. Let's give the div a padding of 0.5 REM. Nice. Let's give it a radius border radius of 20 pixels. Yeah, a border radius of 20 pixels. That looks good. So let's give some box shadow. Box shadow. Vertically should be 0. Horizontally, let's make it 8 pixels. Then how thick should it be? Let's make it 15 pixels. Okay, this looks nice. So for the button, let's give it a border of none. Border none. That should be right. Yeah, and then the back. Background color should be black. Sorry. Means I add this to this. Whether you have 16 pixels. That's too much. Let's make it 10. Okay. Font weight should be bold. Font weight should be bold. Very good. So that's what we have for our weather app. So we can enter another tags, like we can have read a book, add grades, we can have sleep, add, we can have drink water, add. Let me maximize my screen so you can see it very well. So and now if you want to remove the tags, all you have to do is just click on it, click on it, click on it. Very good. So the more once you click on it, the tags is going to remove. And you can add another one. View the web app, design a to-do app. Very good. So that's all we have for today. So today we have successfully created our to-do app that allows us to add tags, and we can also remove tags just by clicking on it. So we look forward to having in our subsequent session as we build more sophisticated applications. Thank you so much for joining us for today. That's all we'll be having.